Alright, so I'm going to do orders of operation here with fraction. Then remember it's BEDMAS, brackets, exponent, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So working with just the brackets, it's this guy right here. I'm going to change this mixed fraction into an improper fraction. So 2 times 3 is 6, add by 1, we're at 7/3. Divide by what else is in the brackets. Sorry, times by 3, 2. Okay, so now I could just go 7 times by 3 and then 3 times by 2, but to make it easier on me, I'm going to reduce before I even start multiplying, because I could see here my denominator and my numerator, I could divide actually both by 3. And when that happens, I'm left with just a 1, because 3 divided by 3 is just 1. So now I have 7/1 times by 1/2. Now this is much easier to work with. 7 times by 1 is going to just give me 7. 1 times by 2 is going to give me 2. So let's write what I have here. All of this here came out to 7/2, so I still have that 2 outside, times by 7/2. Now remember, all whole numbers always have a 1 underneath them. So these are also multiplied. So now I have 2/1 times by 7/2. And then just straight across. 7 times 7, that's going to give me 14. And 1 times by 2, that's going to give me 2. 14 divided by 2, my answer then is just going to be 7. So answer is C. Alright, so let's look over here at 28. So again, I'm going to do my brackets first. So I'm going to change both of these guys into improper fractions. So 2 times 2 is 4, add by 1, that's 5/2. Subtract by 2 times 4 is 8, add by 1, that's 9/4. Now I'm subtracting fractions. So when you add or subtract fractions, you have to make sure your denominator is the same. So right now, what's the lowest common denominator between 2 and 4? Well, it's 4. So I know that I don't have to touch this fraction, so I'm going to leave it be. To change my 2 into 4, I have to times this by 2. And what you do to the denominator, you must do to the numerator. So I'm going to times this by 2. Now I have 10 subtract by 9. Well, 10 subtract by 9 is just going to give me 1, and the denominator stays the same. So all of this guy right here works out to 1/4. So let's write 1/4 here. And what's outside the brackets? Well, I have this 2 1/2. So let's change this 2 1/2 into an improper fraction. So I have 2 times by 2 is 4. Add by 1, well, that's 5. And then now we're multiplying fractions. So when you multiply fractions, you can just multiply straight across. Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. So I have 5 times by 1, which is 5. 2 times by 4, which is 8. And here's my answer right here. Alright, so with the magic of editing, I cleared up the screen here just so I have room for my last two questions here. So looking at 29, I'm going to do my brackets. So within my brackets, I have a division and a multiplication. So I'm going to just work with just this division first here. So I have 2 1/3 divided by 1 2/3. So first step is I have to change this mixed fraction into an improper fraction. So 2 times by 3 is 6, add by 1, we have 7/3. Divided by 1 times by 3 is 3, add by 2, 5/3. Okay, now we're going to flip the second number, change this to a multiplication. So I have 7/3 times by 3/5. Right away I could see that my 3's cancel out because I could divide both numerator and denominator by 3. So I'm going to just be left with 1. So I'm going to have here 7/1 times by 1/5, which will just give me 7/5. Okay, so this guy right here all works out to 7/5. So I'm just going to write this down here. and it's being multiplied by is 2. So I'm going to multiply it by 2, and 2 is a whole number. So all whole numbers are over 1. 7 times by 2, that's going to give me 14. 5 times by 1, that's going to give me 5. So all of this guy worked out to 14 over 5. So I'm going to just write here 14 over 5. And it is multiplied by 5 over 4. Now I could see that I could reduce, because I don't want to times 5 by 14. That's just too much for me. So I'm going to reduce here. Here's, in this numerator, I have a 5, and this denominator I have a 5. So I could actually divide both the numerator and denominator by 5. Here I have a 4, and here I have a 14. Well, I know I could divide both of these also by 2. So what I'm going to be left with is this 5 cancels out. I'm going to have 1 here. 4 divided by 2 is just going to give me 2. 14 divided by 2, that's going to give me 7. And then 5 divided by 5 is going to give me 1. Now this is way easier, and it's just going to be 1 times by 7, which is 7. 2 times by 1, which is 2. Okay, and now I'm going to have to change this into a mixed fraction. So 7 divided by 2, well, that could go in about 3 times. I'm going to have a remainder of 1. So my answer then is going to be 3/1/2 right here. Okay, so this last one right here. So I see that there's brackets here, so I'm going to work with this bracket. I'm just going to rewrite that. I have 2 1/3. I'm going to change that into a mixed fraction. Sorry, I'm going to change that into an improper fraction. So 2 times 3 is 6. Add by 1. I have 7 over 3. Subtract by 1 over 3. So I'm lucky because my denominators are the same right off the bat. So I could just subtract this through. 7 minus 1, well, that's 6 over 3. And oh, look, 6 divided by 3. All of this here works out to 2. Okay, so I'm going to actually write what I have here. So now I'm left with 1 over 1/2, and then this all worked out to 2. And I know that whole numbers are always over 1, so I'm going to just put that over 1. Okay, so let's work out this bottom here. It's just straight multiplication. 1 times 1 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2, so I'm going to actually just have here 2 over 2, which is just the same as 1. Okay, because it's 2 over 2, and I could divide this by 2, divide this by 2, and I'm going to get 1 over 1, which is the same as 1. So now I have 1 over 1, which is 1. And the answer then is C.